Hey friend, how we doing? This is just, like a metaphor, I guess, because it made me think. These things, it's a weird thing to say, Cluffy, because it just made me think. You see, I had to fix in my kitchen these little lights that fit underneath the wall units and above the work counter, yeah? And they've got this little switch on, which is like, it can either be on, it could be off, or it can be on like auto. And every time you come in, it sees you, and boom, the light comes on. And it's so consistent. Every time you walk into that blooming old kitchen, I can see. And it's just there all the time. Oh, isn't that brilliant? Isn't that brilliant? Brilliant light, brilliant. And it wasn't that brilliant really, was it? Because you see, outside my front door and my back door of the house, or the place I live, I've got the same thing. Lights with sensors. And if someone comes to the front door, or if I come to the front door, what happens is, if it's at night time, instantaneously there is light. And I can use my key to unlock and get in. And at the back door, exactly the same. If I'm coming out this recording studio into the backyard, boom, the light comes on if it's dark, and I can see my way. So it's just so automatic. Now, I'm guessing that you're thinking this metaphor is about seeing the light. No. Because what I thought was, this is me being soppy, I guess. What would happen if we had that little sensor? Because I know you've got one. You've got one in your heart or somewhere. A little sensor that is always present if you choose to use it. And what it is one that can notice acts of kindness or opportunities for kindness. And what would happen? I just imagine this. If that sense of yours was actually turned on, not just turned off or whatever, but it's really turned on. That whenever there was an opportunity to be kind, instantaneously you go into that kindness mode. Or if you notice kindness, it comes on and you go, that was kind. Because even when you notice it, it goes inside, doesn't it? It goes inside and becomes a learning to you. So whether you can just, whether you can just appreciate it or whether you act it, it's all learning, isn't it? And maybe if you actually saw an act of kindness, sometimes it's worthwhile talking about, or even just saying to somebody, hey, that was really kind, thank you. Thank you for being you. Yeah, Cluffy, you're getting soppy now. But in real terms, think about it. Could you be more kinder? Could you? Could you be more kinder? I know I could. And if I was more kinder, what would that result be? It would be a difference in my life, wouldn't it? Because I'd feel good. That act of senseless service would be awesome. It would make a difference in that other person's. Maybe it's a pet, an animal or something. It maybe just the environment outside where you pick up some rubbish, or it's just an act of kindness that goes maybe unnoticed, but you would notice it, you'd feel it. And with all acts of selfless service, it's supposed to be selfless, not expecting anything in return. And what happens is the whole multiverse universe dumps on some great feelings and you just feel good. So what's the worst thing can happen of you being kind or activating that little sensor of kindness? The worst that could happen is you just feel good. but also you know that everyone else is going to feel it. And you won't know, the old thing is, you never know how far the ripples of change go, because you could be kind to one person and then set it up inside them. You effectively are turning on that sensor button within them. So the next time they go, it felt so good when someone was kind to me. How can I pay that forward? And if we all paid it forward as well, Jesus, the whole world would change, wouldn't it? And it would change for the better, because that's what we want. I think that's what we want. So what do you think? What do you think? Maybe you're thinking, I ought to install some lights in my kitchen. No, you're not thinking that. No. I wonder if you just sat quietly with a cup of coffee, a beer, a wine, G&T. I love my G&T, you know that. And thought, what would the effect be if I was just one act of kindness? If I did one act of kindness a day, would take a few minutes, help a neighbour, whatever it is, just to be kind. One act a day, what would happen? And that's only one. Because you'd probably be sitting there going, well, I can obviously do more than one, Paul. Of course I could. But if I'm going to challenge you to do one act of kindness a day. And then at the end of the week, look back and go, notice the difference it made, and notice what the difference it made inside you too. Because you'll become a different person. You will become a different person, and people will get it from you, from the energy you put out. Kind people are lovely people. Anyway, I hope that little ramble of the kitchen lights and the outside lights, but that act of kindness and turning on your sensor, looking for opportunities to be kind, is something that we could all do. Yeah. Have fun. And I'd love to hear your acts of kindness, hear about them. And you can email me those on feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. And we can share them, because when we share them and people go, I could do that too. Is that what it means? And we educate people by being the change we want to see in others. Hey, wouldn't that be great? Thank you so much for your time. Please press that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's share this as much as you can, if you would. That would be an act of kindness to me, because I put a lot of effort into this. I love it. I love to help. I love to share. I love to support. So, but if you could just share it, that would be superb. Anyway, have more fun than you can stand. And I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye now.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.
Hey, welcome to the 5-Minute Quickie. And if you're new here, just a little explanation what a 5-Minute Quickie podcast is with the Personal Development Unplugged podcast. But it's basically me just musing, and hopefully getting you to muse, to think. Think about different things just over, say, 5 minutes, and maybe you'll take them away. Those thoughts, develop them, and maybe we can develop them together in a longer podcast. Sometimes they'll be, they're never 5 minutes, I tell you that now, or very rarely. There may even be a little process there, I don't know, but it's things that I've come across, read, heard, and just something I want to share with you. Just to think and to probe and get ourselves in a way that we can just keep striving to be that little bit different, a little bit better, so we can be the change we want to see in others and be the change we want to be in ourselves. Just a thought. Just becoming aware of maybe what is new, what we can do. When we start thinking of things like that, I believe it means we start to create those things as well. Because you have a feeling. The feeling that those thoughts generate, and that feeling will, I think, resonate into action. and results. Anyway, that's a quick roundup intro of the 5 Minute Quickie.